In 8 minutes, everything you know will be gone. The sun has already exploded. You just don't know it yet. The light is coming, and it brings the end of time. This is the timeline of the final hour of planet Earth. What if the sun exploded? Deep within the sun, the nuclear engine that fueled life for billions of years has finally run out of time. A shockwave of pure radiation begins its journey. It travels at the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second. While the disaster is already underway, the Earth remains in total silence. We are living in a ghost of a star. Suddenly, the moon disappears. It's the first clue for those in the dark. The reflection is gone. Back on the day side, the last few seconds of human history are ticking away. The sky is about to break. The 8-minute window is over. Suddenly, the sky doesn't just brighten, it ignites. The sun expands until it fills half the horizon, turning a beautiful afternoon into a blinding, white-hot furnace. Anything in the direct line of sight is gone in milliseconds. The surface of the Earth reaches thousands of degrees. Concrete boils, glass melts, and the very ground beneath our feet turns into liquid lava. The Earth's atmosphere, our only shield, is stripped away by a wall of pure solar radiation. The air is literally pushed into the vacuum of space, leaving the planet naked and defenseless against the cosmic fire. The oceans don't just evaporate, they explode into steam. A wall of vapor miles high rises from the Atlantic and Pacific, only to be instantly dissolved by the relentless heat of the dying star. In these final seconds, humanity's greatest monuments become nothing more than silhouettes against the blinding light. The Eiffel Tower, the pyramids, the skyscrapers of New York. While the day side is vaporized in an instant, those on the night side are plunged into a different kind of horror. The stars don't just twinkle, they begin to shake as the Earth's orbit is violently disrupted by the sun's sudden loss of mass. The moon, our constant companion, suddenly blinks out. Without the sun to reflect, it becomes a black void in the sky. Minutes later, the night sky ignites with the most intense auroras ever seen. But these aren't the northern lights. This is the Earth's magnetic field, screaming as it's hit by the first wave of solar debris. With the sun's gravity gone, the Earth is no longer in orbit. Like a ball released from a spinning string, our planet begins to fly into the interstellar dark at 30 kilometers per second. On the dark side, the temperature begins a terminal nosedive. Within hours, the remaining air starts to turn into liquid, then into snow. Before the wave reaches Earth, Mercury and Venus are simply erased. They don't just melt, they are sandblasted out of existence by the sun's expanding shell of plasma. Hours later, the wave hits Jupiter. The king of planets, with its massive magnetic field, tries to deflect the blast, but the sheer force of the explosion strips away its outer layers of hydrogen like a cosmic blowtorch. Saturn's rings, made of billions of ice particles, are instantly vaporized. The most beautiful sight in our solar system is turned into a ring of steam and fire before the planet itself is pushed out of its ancient path. The invisible tether that held 8 planets in a perfect dance for 4 billion years is gone. The solar system is no longer a system. It's a collection of orphans flying into the pitch-black abyss of the Milky Way. As the sun exhausts its explosive energy, it leaves behind a glowing, expanding cloud of gas. With the sun gone, Earth becomes a rogue planet, drifting through the absolute zero of interstellar space. Within weeks, the surface temperature drops to minus 200 degrees Celsius. The once mighty oceans are now solid blocks of ice, miles thick. But deep beneath that ice, near the planet's core, a tiny bit of geothermal heat remains. For a few thousand years, microscopic life might cling to existence in the dark, unaware that the sky above them has died forever. The sun itself is now a white dwarf, a small, cooling ember no larger than the Earth, but so dense that a teaspoon of its material would weigh as much as an elephant. It no longer burns with nuclear fire. It simply glows with the leftover heat of its violent past. It will take trillions of years for this cosmic coal to fade into a black dwarf, outlasting almost every other star in the galaxy. A silent monument to the solar system that once was. On the frozen surface of the Earth, our greatest achievements are now nothing more than ice-covered tombs. The Great Wall, the skyscrapers of Dubai, and the satellites in orbit are all preserved in a vacuum of absolute cold. Without an atmosphere to cause erosion, these ruins could last for millions of years. A silent museum of a species that once harnessed the power of the very star that eventually destroyed them. We are now just a memory, etched in frozen stone and steel. The solar system is now a ghost town. Jupiter's moons, once thought to be the next home for humanity, are now scorched or frozen solid. The entire system is expanding into the Milky Way, merging with the interstellar medium. Our planet is no longer part of a family. It is a wanderer. In a few million years, Earth might pass close to another star, but it will be far too late. The spark of life was a one-time gift, tied to a star that is now gone. The white dwarf that was once our sun will outlive almost everything we know. While more massive stars explode and vanish, this tiny ember will patiently cool for 1 trillion years. It is a slow, dignified exit. Eventually, it will become a black dwarf, a cold, invisible mass of diamond and iron, drifting forever in a universe that has long since grown dark. The era of light was just a brief flash in the eternal life of the cosmos. Our sun was just one of hundreds of billions. As the dust settles, the Milky Way remains indifferent. Somewhere else, a new star is being born, while the remains of our world drift further into the silent, eternal dark. Millions of years later, the frozen Earth is a perfect time capsule. Everything we ever were, our cities, our libraries, our history, is preserved in a state of absolute zero, waiting for a light that will never come back. Stars are the engines of life, but even they are temporary. One day, the last star will go out, and the universe will reach its final state of entropy. The explosion of our sun was just a preview of the ultimate end. Knowing how it ends doesn't make life less meaningful. It makes it more precious. We are the way the universe knows itself. For a brief, shining moment, we were here. We looked at the stars and we dared to understand them. Thank you for joining us on this journey to the end of time. If you found this perspective valuable, subscribe and stay curious. Because in a universe this big, the only limit is our imagination. Keep looking up.